No ar. Monstercast starting right now. I'm going to give a quick message in Portuguese and I'll be back with English. Hold on. Pessoal, é o seguinte, Monstercast começando agora. Como sempre, são duas lives, tá? Temos a live em inglês, que vai ser essa daqui, e vai ter uma outra live que vai estar com a tradução simultânea. Se você quiser ficar em inglês, na descrição dos vídeos tem o link de uma para outra, tá? Então na de português vai ter o inglês e no de inglês a português, Bezinho.
Vice-versa.
Fechou? Mais um dia histórico aqui. Já agradecer o Pacho aqui por fazer isso acontecer. E é isso, ó, sem sorteio, né? Avisar o pessoal hoje sem sorteio. Tá?
Deixar mais dinâmico aí a live.
E como a gente tá começando tarde aqui, também não vai ficar fazendo pergunta, a gente vai fazer o superchat só pra quem quiser participar.
Quem fez, vamos deixar guardado.
A gente deixa pra outra live, deixa pra
quem fez hoje, a gente já manda pra próxima transmissão.
Fechou, 10? Então, beleza. Derek, first I have to thank you, man. Thank you so much for being here. What an honor, brother. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, man. It's a pleasure. First time in Brazil, now first time on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, Pash, thanks so much again, brother. You a business partner. He's here like every week now.
Yeah, I know. I see that. I see the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, he's here. He's here every time. So, Derek, before we start talking about the recent, about this year's Olympia and everything, we always like to understand how all started. Like, everybody that reaches greatness is so nice to see how it started. And tell us, like, were you into what sport when you were growing up? Where were you from, and how you got to bodybuilding itself?
Well, how much time do we have here? Because this is a long story. It's
your time, brother.
Nah, just real quickly, I grew up in the in Midwest USA, Indiana, small little town, country town. Wasn't really a whole lot going on where I was from, so I really took a liking to sports. I grew up I come from a divorced family. So, I was going from my mom's to my dad's, and my stepdad at home had his kids too. And they were very smart in school, where I just didn't like school. I was more into the sports, right? So, my upbringing was tough in terms of being passed kind of back and forth with my family, and rules at my mom's house was different than the rules at my dad's house. And that was kind of difficult to navigate. And so there were some challenges with that growing up, which led me to kind of have a chip on my shoulder, and it made me really want to show like I was somebody. And so that's why I took a liking to sports, because I really enjoyed the time being with my friends, right? And being able to challenge myself. And, when I would do well in sports, we would win or something, that would give me, some gratification, some confidence, and something to be proud of. So I really loved playing soccer or football,
Wow.
And that was probably one of the funnest sports for me growing up. And then when I was in high school, I took wrestling very, very seriously. And so that was kind of the sport for me that, okay, I'm going to dedicate everything to. And so that's what got me into weightlifting, into the gym, specifically wrestling, because I was small. When I first started wrestling in high school, as a freshman in high school, I was 112 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. And so by the time I was a senior, I was only wrestling 130 pounds. So I was a pretty small kid growing up. But like I said, I had this chip on my shoulder. I'm going to show you how great I am. I'm going to show the whole world how great I am, and then I got to college and realized that collegiate wrestling was a whole
different
new level. Yeah,
different level.
I'm wrestling against some of the potentially Olympic wrestlers here, and so matter of fact, one guy I wrestled, I think, ended up becoming a bronze medalist in the Olympics. So I realized, this is not going to be a career path for me. Wrestling was fun. It was my first love, and it was great. I'm so happy I did it, because it instilled characteristics in me such as discipline, sacrifice, work ethic, dieting, and training, right? So it was great that I did sports like soccer and wrestling, but I just realized in college, I need to figure out some career path. And so I'm going to school, and going to school for business, which I got a small business degree. But I just didn't find any passion in anything. And I was really struggling with my identity at the time, because my identity was in wrestling, and I just didn't have that anymore. And so I continued to go to the gym and work out. I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be fit. And that's when I said, okay, I'm either going to go and fight, like in the cage, like MMA, Or that's when I came across this bodybuilding thing. I saw some guys in the gym. I thought, man, he's jacked. You know, he's huge. I was like, what do you do? You're not a football player. You're not a wrestler. Like, what do you do? Oh, I'm a bodybuilder. So you're a bodybuilder. What is bodybuilding? You've heard of Mr. Olympia, right? No. What is Mr. Olympia?
You weren't into it at all.
No, they're like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I go, Arnold Schwarzenegger was an actor. You know, I'm like, I had no idea. I was that clueless, man.
Wow.
And I was about 20 years old at this time. And they said, no, man, like bodybuilding, you can compete, and look up Jay Cutler, and I looked up who he was. I'm like, oh, wow. Like he's on the cover of magazines. He's, a sponsored athlete, traveling the world, getting to work out and build a physique. Man, that looks really appealing to me. And so I took a liking to like Jay Cutler, Phil Heath, Generation Iron came out at that time too. And I said, okay, well, before I get into the cage and fight for the rest of my life, let me just try this bodybuilding thing, right? And so I did it in 2015. I was 22 years old. Me and my girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife, we did our first competition together, and that's kind of the beginning of my story.
This is insane. Dex, coloca as primeiras fotos ali.
2015.
It's insane, like 10 years. Like, this is you with
Nossa, 2009, velho.
I had just met my wife at that time. I was, I think, a senior in high school, or maybe just graduated high school.
I'm not sure if it's correct. It's saying 16, but I'm not sure if it's that.
I was 18 years old.
18, yeah. So just don't consider the numbers there.
Maybe I was 16, actually. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Man, I don't even know. You probably know better than I do, actually.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, somewhere between 16 and 18.
Yeah, põe a próxima, Dex, por favor.
Cabelo dele.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like the hair, like Justin Bieber hair. Like,
Yeah.
Bieber hair.
No, I think okay. So this one was before the other one.
Oh, so it's wrong.
So this one was
saying 17 there.
Yeah, I don't maybe because
Yeah, but let's see the evolution itself. You were lifting here already.
this one I think I had just started working out.
'cause-
I definitely was doing some ab workouts.
Yeah, there was some structure.
I might not have been doing any other workouts, but I was definitely doing the ab workouts there for sure.
Let's say your legs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, then now it's different.
Yeah. I remember my wife got upset that I posted that picture. I wanted to be like a model then. I didn't want to be
like a Men's Health cover.
Yeah. I wanted to be like a model look, I this is before I knew about bodybuilding, right? And so yeah, that's probably right when I first started.
It was a nice structure, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Próximo, Dex.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
now you're competing already. Yeah. We have a video of your first competition. Primeiro vídeo da primeira competição.
Is this where I'm posing? Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
yeah.
Oh boy.
No, but it's so nice to see the evolution, brother.
No, I think it's great.
Who
I
at
think
that
it's
time would say you'll be a Olympia champion? Já viu esse vídeo, Pacho?
Já.
Look at this kid. Look at this kid walking out here.
Man, it's so nice. But the condition was there, right?
Oh man,
For first show, the condition was there.
I'll tell you, I worked my butt off. I really did not know what to expect in terms of getting ready and preparing for a bodybuilding show. But I thought, with wrestling, I'm already, look at this, pumping the fist, this guy. I thought with wrestling, I'm dieting and I'm weight training, I just get up there and I pose. It can't be that hard. Oh, that was the hardest thing I'd ever done in my life.
Glúteo tava lá fibrando. Tudo, né?
Tá, condição. The condition, Pacho, okay? It's good. It's okay. The condition.
Good.
Good, yeah. First show.
Pacho, how do I get to look like that again?
Yeah. you remember how the weight you had here?
I think I was about 160 to 165 pounds.
160.
Yeah.
Nossa. Tava tudo lá.
Crazy.
You know that song,
crazy.
Let's Go. If you want it, you can get it. That was the song I was posing to.
And how was the feeling of the first competition? Like at that point, you said, "This is what I want to do for the rest of my life," or
for me back then, it was always about commitment to something and setting a goal and setting my mind to something. So before that, when I was wrestling, I'm gonna take you back to the wrestling days. So the freshman year in high school wrestling, right? I honestly wanted to quit. I was not a tough kid. I'm like, oh, this hurts, this sucks. I don't like to diet and sacrifice, right? I don't like to go there and get beat up every day, because I wasn't frankly that good as a freshman in high school. So after the first season, I just did not want to do it anymore. But coming back the next year, I was convinced to come back and be on the team. And I said, okay, well, if I come back on the team, I'm going to fully commit myself. This is going to be not just a season for me. This is a lifestyle. Year round, I'm going to train to be the best wrestler I can possibly be. And I want to go to college. I want to wrestle. And so the same thing with bodybuilding. I just knew how much I progressed in high school in those 4 or 5 years in high school to college. I just knew if I could dedicate myself to bodybuilding like I did wrestling, that eventually I believed I could get to where I wanted to be. So even though I was 160, 165 pounds and you just saw me right there, I firmly believed the commitment that I had to bodybuilding, I would eventually get to where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Did I think that things would play out like they have, winning 212, Mr. Olympia, Arnold, all this? No, I can say that that's a God thing. God definitely has, the outcome has been in his hands. But the dedication, the discipline, and the commitment to the goal definitely was there from the beginning, for sure. I know that might sound crazy, might sound silly looking at those pictures and seeing that video, but yeah, I was willing to commit myself for as long as it took to get to this. Yeah,
we can see the result right now, right?
Yeah.
And then you went to the nationals the year after, right?
So
Junior
nationals, that was my first show. 2 weeks after that, I did junior nationals.
Oh, right
And that,
after.
yes, and that's whenever I won my weight class, the welterweight class, but not the overall, of course. And then 2016, I was a middleweight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's o vídeo de 2016 aí do Nationals. We have the video of the 2016 Nationals also.
Oh, okay.
And what point, because like, it's interesting, like you have like we can say a short amateur career, right? Like you have like 1, 2, 3, 4 shows to get the pro card. Is that right? 4 or 5 shows as an amateur.
2015, I did 2 shows. 2016, I did 3 shows. That's 5 total.
Okay,
And
so
then
there's one missing here in my list. Yeah.
2017, I did my 6th show and won Mr. USA. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the 2016 Junior Nationals.
I gotta say, this was one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah, well,
Why?
of course, Olympia and Arnold and Pittsburgh, like those are,
Yeah,
come on.
but your legs were insane already.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
From one year to the other, the legs looked crazy.
Yeah, I definitely in the back development too, for sure.
But what do you think? The legs are genetics, or you really work more on legs than?
I just, here was my thought. In the beginning, when I'm building, right? My thought was, if you can have big quads and a big back, then the silhouette is going to be so much more substantial.
Yeah. Listen.
And then if you have a big back, you're probably going to grow your arms too, right? So my thought was to put the most emphasis in the beginning of my journey on my back and my legs.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
How many time after the first competition?
What's that?
2 years
This one?
after.
This was my 2nd year competing. So this was,
Your third show.
Foi um ano depois.
oh, this was,
This is
junior
2016.
national. Yeah, junior national. So do you know Indy Pro?
Indie Pro, yeah.
Before they had the Indy Pro, it was the Midwest Battle of Champions as
Oh,
an
okay,
NPC
okay.
amateur competition. So I think maybe like a month or something before this show, I had won the overall. That was my first overall win, was that show.
The Indie Pro is the one that Eric went this year, right? That's in like a theater or something.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
I just talked to him last night, and he said that was probably the best show he's ever done.
Yeah, he told us
it was
that's
one of the funnest.
same, yeah. And the structure is insane. It's like you're in the movies, right?
Yeah.
Like the theater and the very nice.
I live in
It's so nice, man.
I live in Florida now. I love that that's my home, but I'm so happy my roots are from Indiana.
Indiana,
You
yeah.
can't forget your roots.
And pode tirar o da explicado, por favor. Well, and Derek, at what point, like you said, man, I can actually be very good in this. Like I can become like something special in the sport.
So, again, I had a lot of confidence in the beginning because of my wrestling years, how much I progressed so quickly. But I was pretty ignorant to bodybuilding in general. Like I didn't realize like, oh, it takes a long time to grow muscle tissue, right? And to get to the level that we're at now. But yeah, I think the first year doing junior nationals, actually, I had heard some people say, hey, like, you have really good genetics, you have potential, even at 160 pounds, they said, you have potential to go pretty far if you keep developing your physique. Yeah. And that's all I really needed, because before that, even the coach that I was working with at the time, who was a really good friend of mine, I told him going into my first show, I said, after the first show, I want to do junior nationals 2 weeks later. He said, well, just, you know, that's, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Take your time. Maybe in a couple years, go do it and you can win. And I said, well, I want to be a pro bodybuilder in the next 3 to 5 years. Like I want, from the time I start competing to the time I turn pro, to be within 3 to 5 years.
You have that goal set already.
Yeah. And he said, that's more of like a 10-year plan. And I said, nah. So you got to think. Wow. My whole life, I have felt like people have doubted me. That's why I had that chip on my shoulder. That's why I mentioned that in my upbringing, from family to friends to mentors to just everybody. I feel like the whole world was doubting me. And I'm like, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. So the moment that I did junior nationals that first year, and I had such a good time, I won my class, didn't really expect to win the overall because, you know, usually the light, heavyweight or super. Yeah. Right. All I needed was just someone that I respected in the industry to say, hey, you can do it if you keep going. That's really all I needed. And I said, all right, because just like the first year I was wrestling, I wanted to quit. After junior nationals the first year, I thought to myself, man, that was way harder than what I was expecting. This bodybuilding prep thing, you know, like the bodybuilding thing again here. I said, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is for me, because this is really hard. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And everybody was like, you're crazy. You did a great job. You know, this is your first show. Like, just keep going. I was like, I don't know, man. This is a lot of sacrifice, a lot of diet, a lot of suffer, you know, and I don't know, man. And then when I heard those people, a couple people say, you can do it, man. Yeah. I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. This is my ticket that I've always wanted to go somewhere, to be somebody and to just, you know, put my all into something. This is my ticket.
Yeah. And from side of that, you were working on something like were you in a profession that you were into while you were chasing the pro card?
So, like I said, I went to school, right? I got a small business degree, which I learned a good amount of things in school for the time that I was there. But again, my passion just wasn't in school. I didn't know any other career path that I wanted. I just knew that I loved being in the gym. I loved training. I loved sculpting my physique. I loved everything about fitness and bodybuilding. So I decided, okay, if I'm going to compete and I'm going to put my all into competing, right? I'm going to put all the chips in, all the eggs in one basket. I'm going to go all in to be a pro bodybuilder and hopefully one day Mr. Olympia. So I'm going to go from being a server. Yeah. I'm going to get off my feet. I'm going to go work in a supplement store so that I can, like I said, not be on my feet. I can learn about supplements, you know, get into this fitness space.
Universe, yeah.
Right. I needed to get involved in this. And I was going to every show that I could possibly go to. I went to the Arnold Classic, right? So I was trying to involve myself as much as I possibly could in bodybuilding. And I always felt really secure in that. Unlike wrestling, again, wrestling's great for some people. For me, it wasn't. There was security in fitness and bodybuilding for me that if I didn't make it, if I did not become Mr. Olympia, if I did not become a pro bodybuilder, sponsored athlete, or whatever, I could still do a lot of things in bodybuilding. Yeah. I don't have to necessarily be
Olympia too.
Exactly. But I can exactly. I can still be involved somehow. And I was like, this is what I want to do. But this is my chance to go all in to be Mr. Olympia. Wow. But there's always that safety net of knowing that if it doesn't happen, I'll still be fine.
Yeah. It's her case. We're not athletes. We're still living off it.
See, there you go. There you go. And this was before like podcasting,
Yeah,
social
sure.
media.
Yeah, of course.
I still already knew. I was like, I can do many things. I can be a personal trainer. I can be a coach. I could work in supplements. I could do a lot of different things. And then now with social media, it's very obvious.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And when the pro card came,
2017. That was my 3rd year competing.
wow.
My 6th show, Mr. USA.
Mr. USA.
Yeah. That title, Mr. USA, is like I hold that very close
É
to.
que até chegou, o nome dele chegou no Brasil quando ele ganhou o Mr.
Yeah, he's saying that it was when your name like
Yeah.
started being talked in Brazil more. When you get when you want to Mr. USA, yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
It's like it's nice if people understand like Mr. USA is a very traditional like event, a show in
Yeah.
the US, right? It's like
I mean, like Phil Heath
Yeah.
won his pro card as Mr. USA. A lot of great legendary champions have won Mr. USA. Plus, I mean, who doesn't want to be Mr.
Mr.
USA?
Yeah, so nice.
And,
yeah.
and another thing about that too is like, you know, in 2016, that was my first time going to the USA Championships to get my pro card, and I didn't get it. This is something that doesn't get talked about a lot, actually. 2016, it was my 3rd show of the year after Junior Nationals
Yeah.
that we just watched. I was so certain I'm going to come in, I'm going to get my pro card, and then there's nobody that's going to stop me, right? I'd won everything before that, the 4 shows, you know, and that was my first time getting humbled in this sport. And it sucked. I'll be honest with you. I hated it. I was so emotional. I was so upset. I really, even the guy that won at that time, we all thought I won. People like other pro bodybuilders that were there thought, man, like, I was ripped, man. I was, I wasn't so full, but I was ripped and I looked really good, you know? So I was really hurt by not getting that pro card, what I thought I deserved or earned at that time. But I knew there was some reason that it didn't happen. And 1 year later, I came back and I won the light heavies. I was 20 pounds heavier. I won the light heavies, and then I won the overall Mr. USA title. So one, the most obvious, winning the Mr. USA title. Had I won the middleweight division the year before, I don't know if I would have won the overall title of Mr. USA. And that's a one-shot opportunity. And I'm very glad that it happened the way that it did, right? Because I wanted that Mr. USA title. But I think there's something to be said about having a setback, right? And being humbled.
Yeah.
It really like checks you and resets your mind, and you can either stay down and let it eat at you and get to you, or you can use it as an opportunity to become better. And I think I needed that at that time because I was so certain I was going to win. I deserve it. I earned it. I didn't get it. And then I realized, no, this was much better. It was much better that I got checked that year. And then by that happening, the next year was so much better.
So much better, yeah.
Because I won the Mr. USA,
Yeah.
which is a title that I really wanted to win. 6 days later, winning my pro debut in Tampa, the 212.
Wow.
I flew from Vegas to Tampa unexpectedly. And then I think maybe 6 weeks after that, I placed top 5 in the 212.
In the Olympia.
And then I got rookie of the year. So
Incrível.
That's insane.
So,
But
yeah.
it's so nice you're talking about this because when we see a champion your level, we think
Yeah.
it's been always like first places, like you know.
my
like,
story has been this, and then this, and then this, and then this, probably 3 or 4 times. Yeah. So
it's nice. Eu te mandei o vídeo aí do. Te mandei o vídeo no WhatsApp do.
A estreia dele no Olímpia, todo mundo falou só dele.
Yeah, on your debut on the Olympia, everybody was talking about you. Like even,
really?
even in 5th place, like
really,
who's this guy?
Yeah.
What's going on?
yeah.
Because the 212 is such hard division because everybody is like so good. So
Well, you
good.
had Flex Lewis, the reigning champion,
Wow.
Eduardo Correa.
Yeah.
You had Ahmad Ashkenani, Jose Raymond, David
such high
Henry.
level.
Oh
yeah.
my
To be in the top
gosh.
5 in that level is.
I remember I have there's a really cool picture of me and Eduardo Correa like doing one of these most musclers together.
Yeah.
Every once in a while we post it up.
So this is the USA finals, the overall judging.
That's Patrick Moore there too.
Oh really?
Ah, legal.
Yeah.
Patrick Moore.
And then Jacob Wilson, the heavyweight.
Foi esse que ele ganhou ou que ele perdeu?
Yeah, this one's the one you won.
Yes.
The one you
yes.
Soltava bem no lineup, hein?
Yeah.
A good lineup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a high,
Look at
it's
that.
high level, high level.
A high level.
And that's another reason. I mean, like the title of Mr. USA is awesome, but the best bodybuilders in the US want to go to the USAs to get their pro card. So I wanted to go up against the best guys. Look, Patrick Moore looks great. Jacob Wilson looks amazing. All those guys look great. Look at them all.
A ombreira do Japa.
Yeah, yeah.
Tamanho do ombro japonês.
Patrick was insane also, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was
Mas
insane.
ele ganhou na condição, hein?
Yeah.
I remember people
you
were really
wanted-
talking about him then too.
Yeah, he said you wanted the condition. Yeah, we could see Patrick would be on his way also, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
He was second?
You know, I think if he didn't have the injury he had, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he would have been much further along right now.
In
Yeah.
his career, yeah.
Yeah.
What was actually the O3?
You know, I'm
Very
glad you're
nice,
pulling
man.
up these videos because I haven't watched these in a long time.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to go back and remember these moments, man.
And it's good because you almost all shows we can find some images. It's hard when you can.
I don't know where you got this video. It's nice quality too.
It's on YouTube.
Is it?
It's in YouTube, yeah. We have also the Tampa Pro Show win also.
Need to change my posing trunks. They're a little bit too small.
There's a
Yeah.
a shorter one there.
Nossa, o Petra aqui não conseguiu, né?
It's good.
Yeah, I between 2015 and 2016, I think I gained about 20 pounds of stage weight. And then from 2016 to 2017 that we're watching here was another 20 pounds. So about 40 pounds of stage weight in 2
Wow.
years. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I want to mention this. Going from the USAs to the Tampa, I got to be honest. Backstage at USAs, you see all the guys, they look great. I was pretty confident I was going to at least win my pro card, right? But I was really hoping to win the Miss USA title, which I did. But when I got to Tampa, this is a whole different lineup of guys.
Yeah.
Backstage, I'm not going to lie. I thought to myself, oh boy, did I just get in over my head here? Like what? Like, am I really ready to step on stage with these guys?
Yeah.
But, you know, hey, I was there. I put in the work and I believe that I could, you know, fight for the title. But I remember just being backstage and I was like, oh man, these guys are big.
Yeah, it's different
And-
level.
Pergunta pra ele o que ele fez essas 6 semanas, porque a evolução dele foi absurda.
He's asking what you did on this 6 weeks. What you changed in 6 weeks to get so much better on stage?
From Tampa to
No,
Olympia?
USA for tempo.
Your pro card to the Tempo.
That was
debut.
6 days.
6 days.
Not 6 weeks, 6 days.
6 dias.
So I flew from Vegas to Tampa.
Só 6 dias?
Yeah.
Wow. So you just
I did I remember with
you only
JM Mannion, he interviewed me backstage at the USA's.
yeah. There's a video here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, how do I get a contract for Tampa? And he was like, what? And I said, no, I want to go do Tampa. And he's like, oh, okay, we'll send you a contract. And so the next day I did a photo shoot. You know, the winners from, you know, all the national shows do the Sunday photo shoot. And so that was great. And everybody was like, yeah, you should go do it. I'm like, okay, yeah. So me and Jacob Wilson, both, the guy right there next to me, he's the heavyweight from the weekend before. So the heavyweight from the weekend before placed second, and I won.
Parece que ele ficou maior.
Acho que é vídeo, né?
Parece.
And then Sami Al-Haddad right there, he was the front runner to win that show that day. He ended up getting third. That's who I assume that was probably going to win going into the show, but I'm like, hey, I'm going to go here and see if I can pull it off.
You are looking very, very bigger than the competition when you won the pro card.
I think somehow I was about 5 pounds heavier there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Different.
4 pounds, 5 pounds heavier. Yeah, just from loading up a little bit more that week.
Por causa do líquido rebote.
No, ele falou comeu mais. Comeu mais.
Mais.
The 20 pounds you said.
Yeah.
What you did different? Like, you just started eating more? What you did?
I'm glad you mentioned that because I almost said it a minute ago. I don't think I did anything different from 2015 and 2016 that I did the next year, 2016 to 2017. I just ate and trained and ate and trained, and I made sure to do massages and chiropractic and rest and not go out on the weekends. And I did nothing, man. I did nothing besides bodybuild 24/7, 365, especially 2016 to 2017. I was very determined to win that Mr. USA title. And so I think, here's the mistake I think people make, especially amateurs or people that just turn pro. They think, oh, I need to take 2 years off. No, you don't. You do not need to take 2 years off from competing. I think you will improve more if you do compete every year. And I think maybe even every 10 months. I think 8 to 12 months time period, you should compete because I mean, if you're winning the Olympia and you want to come back and defend your title, that's totally different. But these guys who turn pro or they're competing on the pro circuit and they're like, I'm going to take 2 years off. That's a massive mistake, right? For one, you're off the radar. Nobody's talking about you.
Yeah.
But not just that. I think when you go into a prep, even though you're in a calorie deficit for a few months, right? Your body is like a sponge, right? Your body, that rebound, it just wants to grow. And at that time, I won't lie, I had a bad relationship with food. After I came off of a show, I just wanted to eat, and it was all I could do to not eat. So I was just eating and eating and training and eating and eating and training, doing more eating than training probably. but still, I love to be in the gym and train hard. And then, I fueled that. And, I didn't really hold back too much on the calories. I just let my body grow. And you got to be careful because, your blood pressure and you want to stay as healthy as possible doing this. But like I said, the rebound from a show is the best time to grow and make improvements. And if you're taking 2 years off, not only are you not giving yourself that opportunity to rebound, but more than likely you're going to mentally check out. You're probably going to allow yourself a few months of just slacking off. And if you were to have, let's say, 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, somewhere like that, okay, you have 3 months of an off season, and then you have a few months to prepare for a show. You don't have a big, time frame to make improvements and then get ready for your next show. So you're gonna make every day count. Whereas if you're like, well, I have 2 years, I'll take this month off. I don't have to work as hard right now. It's okay, I got time. That's the difference.
Yeah, it makes sense. And it's interesting you're talking about this, Derek, because when you went to your first Olympia, you only did Olympias after that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the reason for this? Like,
well, each year I just took each year as they came, right? It was not a plan for me. Okay, I'm just going to do the Olympia. I went to the Olympia in 2017 after that.
Yeah.
And I placed top 5, which qualified me for the next year. I clearly needed to make improvements.
Right.
And so I had competed 3 times in 2017. In 2017 I competed 3 times.
3 times, yeah.
And then I was like, I want a full year to come back and I want to rival Flex Lewis. That was my idol at the time. I love the guy. And I was like, I want to beat my idol, And so that was what motivated me. And so it didn't happen, right? So I went to the 2018 Olympia and Flex won. Okay, congratulations, champion. You're 7-time Olympia champion. It's okay to lose to a 7-time champion when it's your second year, right? You just had an outstanding first year, and I couldn't complain really, So that was 2018, and I said, okay, next year I'm going to come back. I'm going to win this thing. No need to be distracted with anything else. Come back 2019, I'm going to win. I got second. Oh my gosh.
Kamal
won that year.
Yeah.
And then 2020, everybody knows the year was crazy, right? We had the pandemic and all that stuff. So that was a really hard year for me too, after losing to Kamal. And then just in my own life, I had some struggles I was dealing with.
Yeah.
I was in a really bad depression, and I didn't even want to be here anymore, to be honest. I was very depressed.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was the year, you know, I started getting closer to God. And thank God for that time. I mean, he allowed me to go through that depressed period, trying to do it on my own, even though he was right there, you know. He just needed me to surrender to him, right? So thank God for that time, but it was very hard. And then we didn't know about the competitions, right?
Yeah.
In 2020. So
if it would happen, if it would not happen. Yeah.
right. So then I came back in 2020, and I was the most downsized that I had been since 2017 when I turned pro. And so I think I weighed like 203 pounds, 204 pounds, versus the 2 years before I was barely making 212. So that was 2020. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like that was a rough year. And to be honest, I didn't know what was going to happen next. You know, I felt like I dropped to fourth, you know, like, in your mind at this time, you start questioning yourself. You start thinking, oh, wow, like who's going to support me now? You have sponsors, and like, are they going to still have your back?
Yeah.
I had been working with the coach I had at that time for several years. People were saying, you know, go with somebody that's more reputable, like a Chris Aceto or Hani Rambod or something like that. And I said, no. So after the 2020 Olympia, I thought, okay, like maybe I need to make a change. So I'm thinking I might lose sponsors, probably going to have to switch coaches. Like, is this actually the last year I'm going to compete?
Wow.
Yeah. Like those things are running through your head. You're just like, oh my gosh. Cause second, fourth,
Nice.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't look any better. I looked worse. And, thank God, man, I went backstage at the Olympia that next day, because the 212 was Friday. The finals for the Open was Saturday. I went backstage, was talking to some people back there, introduced me to Hani.
Yes.
I started working with Hani, and then we came back to 2021, won the 212. So it took me 5 years, 5 years in the Olympia to win the 212. And so it wasn't like, oh, I'm just going to compete in the Olympia. It was like, I wanted that 212 Olympia title so bad that I was just working all year to get it. And then I finally got it. And I had planned to retain the title, come back and defend it and retain the title. And then the guest posing in 2022 at Pittsburgh. People were like, all right, this guy's an open guy, you know? So that was when we switched to open, placed in second. So, okay, now I place second the next year. I get a special invitation. I place second. What am I going to do? Am I going to compete, or am I going to go try to win the Olympia again? So then the next year, 2023, win the Olympia, make history, get the People's Champ, first 2 division Olympia champion, 18th Mr. Olympia of all time. It's unbelievable, right? So again, what are you going to do? Are you going to go compete, or are you going to go defend your title? There was some pressure for me to want to do the Arnold. Yeah. And I chose not to do that. You know, both years, 2023 and 2024, you know, don't regret it. I think it was a great decision at looking back. And then 2025 rolled around, and I've competed twice already.
Yeah. But what made you change your mind in 25 for the Arnold?
A few reasons, man. I did always want to do the Arnold. Yeah. I did. I was intrigued by doing it, but I was wanting to focus on the Olympia. Every year I was trying to focus on the Olympia, and I was always active. It wasn't like I was just sitting at home doing nothing. I was training, I was dieting, I was traveling all around the world to different events all the time. It wasn't like I was not being involved. I just wanted to be the Olympia champion and stay the Olympia champion. 2024, important year in my bodybuilding career and in my life. As much as it sucks to lose, it was probably one of the best things that happened to me once again, right? It humbles you, but also this time it didn't just humble me, it freed me. Before winning the 212 Olympia or the Mr. Olympia, I was always worried, is it ever going to happen? Am I going to win the 212? I win the 212. Okay, great. Now I go to the Open. Oh, am I going to be a Mr. Olympia and first 2-division Olympia champion? Is it going to happen? Then it happened. And then it was like, oh, I have to stay the champion because history shows if you lose the title, you usually don't get it back. So now I have to stay the champion. I can't lose. So it was like, oh, am I ever going to win? That was the stress. And then it was like, oh, I can't lose. That was the stress. I had them both. I've won and I've lost. I'm free. The best thing that could have happened to me happened. The worst thing that could have happened to me happened. I'm not afraid to fail anymore.
Wow.
So I said, okay,
It's a nice mindset.
how do I view myself in terms of not just who I am, in terms of what I'm willing to do and stay resilient and whatever, but do I really believe that my best is the best? Do I really believe that? Okay. Yes, I do. I do believe that. And I don't think that I showed up the way I should have showed up in 2024.
Yeah.
So the reigning champion is going to the Arnold. The prize money is $500,000. I don't have an Arnold Classic title, and I've wanted to do this show. It's potentially the last time my grandma will see me compete.
Wow.
Right? At this time.
Receiving the trophy from the man himself.
Right. So there's a lot of reasons I'm like, okay. And I'm able to prove to myself right away that I'm willing to step up and keep moving forward. So I did it for me. I did it for me. I did it for my grandma. I did it for my family. I did it for all the people that believed in me. Remember, I told you this. I told this to Ramon too. Don't do it. Don't compete. Don't do anything for haters. Don't do anything for people that doubt you, hate you, or try to put you down. Don't ever do it for those people. There's always going to be those people. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for the people who love you, that care about you, that support you. Do it for your country. Do it for all the right reasons, right? So for me, I needed to prove to myself I'm resilient, right? I needed to prove to myself that my best is the best. And also too, again, I switched coaches, right? My whole team changed. Pacho wasn't there before. Chris Aceto wasn't in my corner before.
Yeah.
So do I want to wait all the way into the Olympia
To test something?
to test myself, to test this whole situation?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to go do it right now. I need this for myself right now to go to this Arnold and win, lose, or draw. I'm going to give my best. You know, I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to lose. I'm also not afraid to win. I believe I can win. So that was what it did for me. And going from the Arnold to Pittsburgh, I wanted to be the first Pittsburgh Pro Champion. I know that show, even first show, done deal. This show is a legacy show forever now, right? With the competition that was there, you had me, Nick, Martin, a ton of amazing guys in the Open. Terrence won, Aaron Banks won. Like this is already first year a legacy show. And if you were there, you would see the expo. It was a great show, right? So I'm like, not only did my Open career start by doing the guest posing at the Pittsburgh Pro, that's one reason to do it. But also, like, I want to be the first ever Pittsburgh Pro Champion. And then, wait a minute. Very few people have lost the title of Mr. Olympia and gained it back. Jay Cutler being the only one.
Yeah.
Very few people have beat the reigning Olympia champion outside of the Olympia. Very few people have won the Arnold Classic and the Olympia in the same year. But nobody has won the Arnold, the Pittsburgh, and the Olympia all in the same year.
Yeah.
Like I said, last year freed me up. People say, oh, now you have to win the Triple Crown. You got to do it. Yeah, believe me, I understand what's on the line here, right? I get it. But again, I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to win. I'm going for it. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, they didn't win every game, but they were resilient and they kept going and they were legends. They were champions. So that's the way I look at it. I'm like, I'm just going to go for it, man. Not afraid. So 2024 Olympia for me pretty much sucked. It was an emotional day, a weekend, but it definitely set me up for who I am today and for this year for
Foi
sure.
grande choque pro público aí, terceira, né?
Yeah, well, I was there. I was recording, and the moment you were announced as third place, like the whole place were like, oh,
Yeah, trust me, I heard.
yeah, I'm sure.
I remember in 2022 when I came out, everybody goes, "Whoa!" It sucked the air out of the room. It was crazy. Everybody was gasping. You could hear it, and it was amazing. It was one of the coolest moments of my bodybuilding career. Same thing happened in reverse. By getting third, I was like, "Whoa!" Like, I just want to get off the stage right now.
But what happened in the 2024 Olympia?
Yeah.
What made you not come in your best? It was something emotional, you said, or it was...
I don't think it was emotional. I was emotional between prejudging and finals because I knew I didn't bring it. Like I knew what I displayed on stage was not what I looked like a few days prior. Even like I would say 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out, I looked my best.
Tava insano na preparação.
Yeah, you were looking really insane.
Yeah, 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out, I looked my best. I think we dieted way too hard into the show. Probably did too much cardio and didn't eat enough. And then me at the time too, my training was different. I was training a lot more volume and so I could have probably pulled back a little bit on some of those things and let my body kind of stay fresh. But then the last couple days, the last day, started pulling the water and not eating enough. I just came in super flat. And it was just some bad calls going into the 2024 Olympia. And then, I was able to fill out a little bit more for finals, but I just knew it wasn't my day. It wasn't my weekend. And it sucks, man, because when you know it's your day, it feels good. It feels you can feel this aura. You're just like, okay, things seem to be pointing in your direction, right? First, second, either way, it feels pretty good. You also know when it's not.
It's not your day, yeah.
And it does not feel good. Yeah. So I knew, and I had to accept it and just know that God had a better plan. That's not what. So I always say that we're supposed to have a goal. We're supposed to have a vision. We're supposed to go for something, work very hard, right, at something, but we have to leave the outcome in God's hands. And I just believe that, everything was going great all the way up until the end, and it just didn't pan out. And there's been times where things weren't going 100%, but ended up spot on stage. So I say that the outcome is always in his hands, and I just do the work, man.
And Derek, about the open decision, it was a weight limit issue, was the challenge itself. What made you go to the upper division? Because you were the reigning champion at 212, right?
It was very hard for me to make 212. It was a suffer beyond what I really wanted to suffer, because that last 10 pounds, it was like you could just see my body look great, and then every day was just looking worse. And you're like,
upsetting,
you're working.
Yeah, you had to melt your physique there, right?
Yeah, bro, it sucked. You work so hard to build a physique, and you're like, wow, I look crazy, but now I have to lose another 15 pounds. It's like, dang it, man. And so I just knew I was never going to be my best as a bodybuilder, like display the best physique with a 212 weight limit, right? Now, could I be the champion? Yeah, I was the current champion, but when I had the option to go up, because they gave me a special invitation, I said, this is perfect, because now I get to eat a little bit more food and come in a little bit fuller and bigger, and display a better physique. And let's be honest, being the 212 Olympia champion is not Mr. Olympia. Being the classic physique champion is not Mr. Olympia. Men's physique champion is not Mr. Olympia. There is one Mr. Olympia title. Open bodybuilding.
Open division.
So, I mean, who doesn't want to go for that? Especially when you're able to display a better physique, right? Not everybody can do that. Like some guys in the 212, like their height to weight is perfect for the 212.
Sean and
Sean, Keon, like a lot of those guys. It's perfect. 212 is perfect for those guys, right? Open, or classic, same thing. Like maybe some of the taller guys, it's hard to push into the open, but some guys I think could also cross over maybe, but open is the most prestigious title. And for me, I was just never going to be my best in 212. So I not only wanted to win the Mr. Olympia, becoming the first 2 division champion, at the very least, I wanted to be able to retire one day knowing I displayed my best physique. All that hard work was for this. This is why I got the display.
Pacho, it's easy to say now, but at the time, you agreed with the decision from him going to the open division?
Yeah, I agree.
Especially after the gas posing, right? Man, I remember when you did the gas posing, like, we talked so much about the gas posing, brother, because nobody understood what was going on.
Do
Like,
lado do Nick, né?
yeah, you were like so impressed.
Mesmo tamanho dos outros. Marcos,
Let's show this.
When
to
you
the people.
went to the gas pose in Pittsburgh, you have a sure to change to open or not yet?
After the guest posing, I heard the world say open, open, open. And I thought, okay, this is it, you know, like I would love to go open. And working with Hani at the time, you know, I really valued his opinion. And the first thing that he said was, don't buy into the hype. And I said,
Henny said that?
Hani said, he said,
Yeah.
don't buy into the hype.
Wow.
And I said, really? Are you kidding me? And he goes, no, like we're going to defend your 212 title. I said, okay. Like, it was, I was kind of like you. I was like, really? And, but no, I wanted to go open from that moment because everybody there, I remember Chris Cormier, a lot of people were there at Pittsburgh in the 2022 guest posing.
Yeah.
Everybody said go open.
Porque o Henry já tinha o Had, né?
Yeah, he had Hadi already on the open division, right?
I'm not gonna comment.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a whole
He's
nother.
like, let me keep my both titles. Yeah. 12 and an open.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
He
so.
wanted the
Two
classic, the
different
212.
divisions, yeah. He's
3 divisions. He had the classic.
Yeah, and classic.
E pergunta para ele como foi trabalhar em 2020, depois do Olympia, com o Henry Hamblin, o que melhorou? Porque ele melhorou muito, né? O que ele fez com o Henry Hamblin?
Só mostrar. So, guys, this was a 212 guest posing with the open bodybuilders. There we knew something was wrong.
Something was wrong.
Something was wrong. Like,
He looks like a 212, right?
yeah.
You know what's crazy?
The legs insane, man.
I remember at that time being in the 212, I had to do cardio year round, cardio and diet year round. And I was probably on just a couple 100 grams of carbs, maybe like 200 grams of carbs, maybe 250 grams of carbs, and doing cardio every day pretty much for like 30 minutes.
It doesn't look like. It looks like you were eating your
No, I wasn't.
And seeing, you know, it just makes imagine like how much was a sacrifice to hold your weight at 212, right?
Pretty significant, yeah.
Like the evolution you would have in your physique, like each year would be, you wouldn't be able to do like a significant evolution.
I remember Jay Cutler asked me, he's like, don't you wish you would have switched earlier? And I said, no, I don't. Because could I be further along in the open faster? Maybe. But you know what? I really wanted that 212 title, and I really wanted that 2-division Olympia champion status.
Yeah.
And so I don't regret
You're
anything.
the only one, yeah. This was insane, man. This.
Yeah. And also, you know, there's something to be said about timing too, right? And so, like, could I have been further along earlier in the open? Maybe. But now we have some of the best open guys in a very long time. Arguably, you know, you could say some of the best open guys ever, right? You know, you got Hadi Chupin, you got myself, Nick, Samson, you got Andrew. I mean, look at this. The
insane. It's stacked.
Crazy, right?
Stacked.
And so you have some crazy, amazing open champions, right? And so I want to be a part of this group, and I want to be leading this group.
Yeah,
as
it
well.
makes sense. O que era? 2020?
Pergunta, foi essa transição que ele melhorou demais quando o Henry Hamblin entrou no staff dele.
So he's asking what you did with Henny Rambo as soon as you got together, because your physique like developed really fast.
Yeah.
What Henny did different that you were enjoying at the time?
Well, it did. I think, you know, if you look back, I think I posted maybe on YouTube or something. I was off season 250 pounds before I cut down to the 212. So I had already developed a good amount of muscle tissue, and then I'd have to squeeze in the 212, and then boom, I'd bounce back. So that was a little bit of like rebounding back. So I was really, like I said, just squeezing into that weight cap the best that I could. And so I think that's why there was such a big jump from 2021 to 2022, is because I just filled out a lot more, right? And then adding a whole year of trying. Well, actually, no. In 2022, I didn't even try to gain. I tried to keep my weight down, but nonetheless, I just kind of filled back out. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you see that we interview a lot of athletes. We have a lot of athletes from Aceto, from Spin, from Cuts, and
Yeah.
you know, all other coaches.
Yeah.
And we always ask ourselves, like, what's Henny's secret? Because like,
There's always a secret, right? Pacho, tell us the secrets, bro. What's the secrets?
you know, there has to be something. And I'm just kidding. Like, if you could tell, like, to people to understand, like, what makes Henny so special? Like, is his timing? Is his nutrient timing? Is what makes him such a high level coach that he's able to get a guy that's good like you were and make it even better?
Listen, nobody's perfect, right? You know, I don't expect Hani to be perfect. I don't expect Chris to be perfect. There's nobody's perfect, right? You know, in 2024, I don't think things were perfect.
Yeah.
Right. We just didn't peak right. Right. So, I would say what was great about Hani and why it was good that I had him during those 4 years was because I needed him at a time that it was more about the mindset, right?
Okay.
You know, I'm strong in my faith, so I'm always gonna, you know, be, you know, seeking guidance from God over everyone. But in terms of like a mentality going into bodybuilding too, and like some of the strategies of training and nutrition, like he gave me confidence knowing that like he was experienced, right? And I think it was a little bit more of like the mental side of things.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think there was any secrets that he did. I think he was very conservative with a lot of his approaches, even like the loading process. Like
Really?
we ate very.
It's nothing like different from what you used to do. Like very different. I mean, like.
No. I'm trying to think. I want to give you an answer.
Yeah, because I'm just guessing. Like maybe he's feeling like do this at that time, do not do this at the wrong time. I don't know.
He is very, very strict. So like I think that's part of this here too. He wants to let you know like he's in charge of this is what you're gonna eat, this is when you're gonna eat it, and this is whatever.
Yeah.
Like, this is how things are gonna roll out. And okay, so you just kind of like take the back seat and say, okay, what can you just do, right? And so I think with him, he is with his how strict he is with everything. Everything has to be so precise. I think that that's good for some people. And I think during that time period, it was good for me. But now working with Chris Aceto, it's the polar opposite. It's way less stress, and it's just like, yeah, you can switch things up, no big deal. Yeah, actually,
it's too loose,
all right,
right? It's loose too much.
I gotta say, this is funny. I think he'll appreciate me saying this anyway. I was debating whether I should say this or not. So he goes, forgive me for the one cuss word I'm going to say on your podcast.
No problem.
But he goes, I think we were at the Arnold, and I was like used to like everything being super strict, right? Everything's on time and everything's like calculated out and whatever. And I'm like, I'm posing for Chris in the hotel room. and Matt is in there, Matt Grego, one of my training partners.
Yeah.
And they're in there chatting and stuff. My wife's in there, and I'm like, I posed for Chris, and he saw me, and he was really happy. And I'm like, okay, I need to eat. Okay, well, let me get my stuff together. I go, Chris, what do you want me to eat? And he goes, what did you eat last meal? He goes, okay. He starts with this. He goes, all right, I want you to have like 4 ounces of this, and I want you to have some rice cakes. I want you to, okay, yeah, have this meal, right? Whatever it was. And I said, okay, exactly like this. He goes, yeah, have that. Okay, and I'm making it up. He goes, oh, by the way, do you know where I got that meal from? Like, you know, where I got it from? I go, no. What made you want me to eat this food? He goes, honestly, I just pulled it out of my ass. And I go, what? I go, bro, we've been training for months, for 4 months for this show. We're coming down meal to meal, hour to hour, and you're just pulling it out of your ass? He goes, yeah. He goes, just eat it. We'll see what happens. I go, you gotta be kidding me right now, bro. Like, but no, that's how relaxed that he is, because he's very confident. Like that he knows, like, okay, I know where your body's at. I know if I can give you this, I expect it to do, you know, if you eat X, Y, I expect Z to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's okay. We just make adjustments from there. Whereas Hani was like, all right, everything has to be super calculated and like perfectly everything. And yeah, so it's just total polar opposites. And I think working with Hani, it was great during that time period for me. And working with Chris now is perfect for me up here. Yeah.
Menos pressão, né? Menos pressão.
Less pressure, a little bit less pressure.
Yeah.
I think he took this meal the same way. Like Eduardo tells stories like he used to close his eyes and grab his skin and like 100 grams of carbs.
He is so funny, bro. I'm telling you, peak week is awesome with this guy.
Fica mandando posar em várias luzes diferentes, né?
Yeah, different lights, like do here, pose here, like
Yeah, and just out of nowhere, he'll make the funniest joke, and because you think he's gonna be so serious.
yeah, but he has like an acid humor, right? He's like,
He's always joking.
yeah.
I love working with Chris. It's fun. It's fun.
He's
Yeah.
a fun character, man.
And a medium cookie.
What?
A medium cookie.
Yeah. And one medium cookie. So
cookie.
how many grams is that? Just eat a freaking medium cookie. Just eat it. Okay. And then if I wanted to, I could probably eat 2 huge cookies. You'd be like, yeah, that's fine too. That's how he is, isn't it? It's like it's like that. And then we just adjust from there. What did you do? Okay, now we adjust a little bit, one way or the other.
And Derek, when you after the Olympian 24, I don't know if it was right after that when Henny said he was not going to work anymore with bodybuilders.
Yeah.
I don't know what the timing was. What happened there made you think again, like, hold on, I think I have to do something different. This is where like Pacho and the new team came apart. How was this process?
Well, it made it very easy for me because I caught wind that there was maybe he was gonna retire or something, which was not it was news to me because I did not expect that at all. So then I think like, he told me at the end of the show weekend in Vegas, he's like, yeah, we got to talk this week. So that next week he called me and told me, hey, I'm whatever. And I said, okay. So, between those few days, I was contemplating some things.
Yeah, sure.
Some different thoughts were coming to my mind, and I had to differentiate what was true and maybe not true. And I just didn't know. I didn't know because I'm like, man, we've had 3 years of really good success. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024 just didn't pan out. And what was the reason for that? I don't really know. I know they there were some decisions that were made, some calls that were made that didn't pan out.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, but who really knows, right? And so I'm just thinking to myself, like, do we keep going? Do I or do I need to seek other guidance? So I had that kind of question in my head for a few days. And frankly, I got to be honest with you, I'm a pretty loyal guy. I like to think I've always been very loyal to people. So I probably would have continued working with him. But I think it worked out the way it was supposed to.
Yeah.
It worked out the way it was supposed to. And, it gave me the chance to go work with Chris, which I'd always wanted to work with Chris anyway. I'd always thought, like, what would it be like to work with him? How are things different? Because Hani was my second coach ever. I had my friend who coached me from before, and then Hani.
Wow.
And so I didn't have the experience of what other people did. I just had that. And I would hear, like, my friend Matt was working with Chris, and I would hear what they were doing, but I didn't know it for myself firsthand. So it gave me the opportunity to work with somebody else anyway,
Yeah. And how Pacho came along, what was the training decision like?
Pacho just showed up one day at my door. He said, hey, I'm here. You want to work out? So,
Yeah, I'm not invited.
Yeah.
I'll let him tell this story. What do you, how do we meet? Me and you.
You sent me a message in November. Hey, brother, how you doing? You are coming to Florida. I would like to push some workouts.
Wow. That's nice.
I'm not going, but I can go.
Yeah, he came up to
But how you got to know
so
Pacho?
he came up to Tampa for the Tampa Pro a couple years prior, right?
Kuzanka.
2022, I was with Renato there.
Yes.
E o coach, né? O coach Rubens, né? Tava lá.
Yeah.
And
we
so
trained together.
I met him there, and that was when we did a few sets together, right? Or a workout?
Yeah, we train shoulders together.
Yeah.
And I show you one set.
Yeah. So he was just kind of there, and I was kind of leading the workout. And then about halfway through, towards the end, he jumped in. Hey, let me show you something. And then we did a crazy Pacho set. You know,
Yeah.
you know how he does
Yeah,
things.
we know it.
So I was like, oh, so this guy likes to push. Okay, I get it. You know. And then what was after that? Did you come up again?
In 2024, I was in Tampa with Azanka, Zama Benta.
Yeah. We
We
didn't train
talked.
there.
We tried to have a leg day, but
Oh,
I need
yeah.
to go to Vegas, to Texas.
Right. So yeah, he came up again, and I saw him there. I was like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And it just didn't work out. And then I think you messaged me at some point
Yeah,
and
I've
said
been
like something about coming up. And then I was like, yeah, maybe we'll see. And then that's when I messaged you back after the show, right?
Yeah, before the Tampa Pro.
No, I mean, because you sent me. We're trying to figure out how this works.
Yeah. I can see it.
You we were trying to coordinate getting together somehow.
Yeah.
And then some time had passed, and I said, I hit him up and I said, hey, do you still want to come up? And he's like, yeah, I come up and work with you if you want. And so then we both just kind of coordinated the date. And at the time, I have to be honest, you know, I was working with Hani the last several years, and you know, I mostly did my own training, but there would be times where Hani would, you know, take over some training too. And I just kind of wanted to work with Chris Aceto, but I kind of wanted to just do my own coach or my own training, right? And some time passed, and I was just thinking, maybe it would be good to have somebody come up and push me for a few workouts. Let's just see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. You know, I mean, we had one workout together, but so he comes up, and right away, boom, I knew right away he was paying attention to every rep, every set. And it wasn't just one workout. It was every time we trained together, he was very much paying attention. Okay, he really wants the best for me. He's really giving me his best. Okay, I like this. And the way that he trains was meshing really well with the way I was training, right?
Okay.
And so he's not one of those trainers, in my opinion, from working with him, that says, it's my way, this is what you're going to do, and no excuses, just do it. It was like, Pacho, like, I don't like this exercise. Like, I'm not trying to complain, but it doesn't feel good to me. No problem. We'll find something else. Really? Oh, you're going to work with me. You're going to adjust based on how I'm feeling. Yeah, of course. Really? Wow. Okay. That's what makes you different. That's what makes it different. It's not just pushing to push.
Yeah.
Anybody can say, do one more, do this exercise. We're going to keep going. Anybody can do that.
Yes.
But it was like a collaboration in the beginning.
For sure, yeah.
And then it was kind of me going, okay, here, take the reins a little bit more, right? I'll listen to you a little bit more, because I was more reserved. I just wanted to do my thing. And then we started working together, and then it became a collaboration, and it just, I think it works great now, you know?
Yeah, it's working.
He knows.
We saw it in Ohio. It definitely worked great, man.
It was good. And
Your legs, especially, man.
Yeah.
Insane.
And it's great too, because I think people miss the mental aspect. You know, I mentioned that a minute ago, but always good energy, always there. You know, the days that I'm feeling great, I'm energetic. Okay, we have a great time and whatever. The days I'm not feeling it, he's understanding, and he just approaches me each day with grace and does whatever to get the most out of the workout. And I think that's what makes a great trainer. And like I said, it doesn't hurt that he's kind of a nice guy. And he knows what he's doing, right? So
Definitely knows what he's doing, yeah,
So-
for sure. Yeah.
yeah.
And the experience training at Olympia, Pacho, what were the impressions?
The best thing is his mentality.
Yeah.
Totally different. He's a real champion. Every day he give me his best, and a special thing is respect me a lot, because I was in Brazil. I fly to Tampa, different country. My family is in Brazil. it's very difficult. Every day he knows this and respect a lot because this. I remember some days before Ohio, he was very tired, not so strong, and the train was good, but not the best train. And he said to me, Pacho, sorry, today I wasn't doing my best. No, brother, you give my best. You are tired. No, bro, you are here, your family in Brazil. I need to give my best. No, you give your best. But it's normal. Now, one week before the show, it's normally. This is different. Respect my work, and every day, every workout, he give me the best. This is special, and his mentality is different.
Champion. Yeah. It's not,
you saw on the videos.
yeah, we can see in the video. I
This
can
is the
imagine in
real.
person. Yeah,
No, not a video. It's the real every day.
every day. Yeah, that's insane.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, I mean, I have a family too, right?
Yeah.
Like right now, my family's back in the U.S. They're in Florida, not here with me. So every day I'm missing my wife,
Yeah.
I'm missing my daughter, right? So I
sure,
just know he's got 2 kids, right, and a wife.
Yeah.
and he's got other athletes back here. He doesn't have to work with me. Listen, we benefit each other.
Yeah.
Let's you know what I mean? We benefit each other, but he doesn't have to work with me. I don't have to work with him. But he gives me his best. I give him my best.
Yeah, sure.
You know? So
There, when we talk about PDs, we call it a Pandora box here, right? when Pacho came back, we like, what's Pandora box? What's their Pandora box?
told me.
And then the first thing he said, I don't know his, but he got impressed with my Pandora box.
Oh, he told me. I go, what? No, that's
Foto do Pacho.
I've never seen such a big Pandora's box. It's crazy.
It was so funny. It was like, what's Derek's Pandora box? I don't know, but he knows mine right now.
We were sitting there at dinner. And I go, no.
And you are
No. How? How do you do that? I'm glad you're still here, bro.
Yeah, that's the best thing. Thank
Campeão no Brasil. Ele é o-
Yeah, he's the best Pandora box in Brazil. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. That's funny. No,
And Derek, what do you think like is the main difference that Pacho did in your training, like especially in legs, that you're coming to such better legs, like especially in the side poses, and what's being different? Like the volume, is it exercise selection?
I like to say there's like a push and a pull, right?
Yeah.
So we push hard. There's times we push harder, and then there's times we pull back. For me, before, all I knew is just go, more and more. It's funny because Chris Aceto and Mac Rego would jokingly call me "Do More Derek," meaning like I would always be like, "Oh, I don't know if that was enough today. I need to go do another exercise. Now I need to do another set. I need to do another exercise." So I would just do more and more and more. And I'm not joking with you. I'm not trying to sound like a tough guy. I would have 3-hour training sessions regularly.
Wow.
Just brutal. And I'll be honest, I love that kind of training. It's just not always the most optimal. So I noticed with him, there was a little bit of a pullback and then a push and a pullback and a push. It was just kind of what my body needed at that time. And for me, again, I'm like, I want to be the champion. I want to be the best. I want to do what nobody's willing to do, you know? And for me, that's always do more. And sometimes I think that is counterproductive to the physique when we're trying to display the best physique. And so don't get me wrong. We push.
Yeah.
We push hard.
Yeah.
But then he knows, okay, now we back it off. That's enough. Or don't do too much now because we're about to go crush it in a minute. You know, this set, the next 2 sets, we're just warm up. This last set, we're going to go all out. So don't burn yourself out in the beginning. So it was just kind of that guidance for me that was a lot more optimal with the training to produce the best physique versus just do more, you know, or, oh, you don't feel like doing it? Okay, don't worry about it. Like some trainers are like that. Some trainers are okay with you not doing your best. Some trainers just want to demolish you.
Yeah.
And I think he really approaches, like he's sitting there. You can see him thinking, okay, last workout we did this. Today, how much food did you have? Okay, today was not a high day. Okay. So you could see how he's thinking. And then I'm giving him feedback too. I'm like, I think we should do think we should do this exercise, or we should do one more set, or I think I'm done. What do you think, Pacho? I think you have one more. Okay. All right, let's go do that one more then. So he's a little bit more of that guidance.
Yeah.
When my mind is, it's like that, people call it like a fog of war, right?
Yeah.
Same thing as like nutrition coaches. Do I need more food? Do I need less food? Do I need more cardio? Do I need less cardio? So that's what we have Chris for. And then Chris can communicate with him and with me.
Yeah, it's so
and in the
important.
gym, you know, we make sure not to push it, like overdo it. And then we make sure that, okay, today we gotta push it more, you know, so.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. And Derek, what is, what I would really like to understand, like, what's your style of training? Like, what for you, like, division wise, set wise, how do you build, you can say you built you at this physique?
I definitely took most of my training from like college wrestling, like more, I know it's sport specific, but lots of volume.
Okay.
Lots of volume in the beginning. Trying to mimic like old Jay Cutler workouts. You know, this is when I was doing it on my own. Before Hani, before anyone.
Sure.
I would watch Jay Cutler workouts, Phil Heath workouts, Ronnie Coleman workouts. I would do similar workouts that they would do, but I would also have my wrestling mentality of just do more, more volume. And so, you know, I think that was very effective in the NPC days, whenever I was in my weight classes of like welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, 212. I think that was very effective then. But now that I'm an open bodybuilder, it's a lot different. You know, I can't just go in there and just do more volume, right? You could burn up the legs, or you could burn up a muscle, right? You don't want to keep tearing down a muscle too far. You want to keep as much muscle volume as possible while getting shredded. That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah.
And so that's been kind of the evolution of my training, and why I think he's been someone that's been good for me, is to be able to not just come in and warm up with 12 to 15 reps every set and burn myself out and, you know, do all this crazy volume. Sometimes, okay, like you don't need to do all these reps right away. We're just warming up. But this last set, this top set, I need you to give me your all.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, so it was that mentality shift, I would say, the most, so that I'm just getting more of like the heavy intense sets, but not to the point where I'm just burning the muscles, you know?
Never too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
How is the workout nowadays, especially like the division, the splits? Like, what are you guys training like on?
In Brazil or no, the split
normally what he's doing right now?
hams and stimulating quads, chest, delts, and arms. The third arms.
Yeah, so we'll do like the 3 days in a row. So it's like push, legs, pull.
Okay.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So let's say chest, delts, quads, hams, back, and biceps. And then then I rest, and then the next 3 days will be shoulder, chest, hamstrings, quads, arms. So one back day and one arm day, full arm day, and then, you know, chest, shoulders twice, legs twice, you know.
And you consider it now
Legs and
like
chest.
now it's like in a medium volume. What do you consider like
Medium. Yeah.
Because compared to what he did is like
Today we did chest, 4 exercise for chest, 2 for shoulders, 2 working set per exercise. But on Pittsburgh Pro, we did 1 working set per exercise, and it was very good.
yeah.
So what do you think, Pacho? We haven't really talked about this, but obviously I brought the best look to the Arnold stage, and we were doing about two top sets, 2 working sets, doing a bit more volume going into the Arnold. But then I noticed that my body kind of needed a little bit more refresh, you know, to be a little bit more refreshed. I couldn't push so much volume, so we backed off from the Arnold to Pittsburgh, doing only 1 working set, where now I feel fresh. So I just told him, I told him today, I need to start adding more volume. So that's why we did 2 working sets now, because before I was just doing 1. Now I need to get into the groove of doing more because my body is fresh. Whereas Pittsburgh Pro, I was pretty tired. So it was just, okay, let's get this top set and keep moving. You know?
Yeah, probably we keep it 2 working sets on next weeks. And probably on the last few weeks, we reduce for 1 working set per exercise and keep the intensity. Yeah.
Yeah, but he goes for like crazy weights, or he's like more.
Not really.
No, he keep the weights all prep, and he's very, very strong.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But for me, the best thing is keep the weight on the last weeks.
Okay.
This will keep
yeah.
the density, the harder, and we increase some weights and some reps on the last week from
So that's what
Pittsburgh.
That's me. That's where I really need the most guidance, is those last training sessions, because for me, I'm like, I don't want to get to the end and feel like I didn't give my all. So again, do more, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I said that's really important, those last training sessions, because I'm in my head a lot. I'm like, I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I want to make sure that I give absolutely everything all the way to the show. And I think that that's potentially backfired on me sometimes, because at the end I just do too much. So like he said, let's back it off a little bit, but let's still make sure that the weight is heavy enough and we're getting a good amount of volume in the right rep range, right? And so the weight still needs to be there. And yeah, for me at the end, it's kind of like this next gear, you know, turns, and all of a sudden, like, kill me, Pacho. Let's go. Kill me. What's
Insane.
more weight, more reps. Let's go. You know, so that's when that mentality switches for me as the athlete, as the one doing it, and then him being there as the guidance, going, okay, let's take this motivation and let's apply it the right way. You know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, it's normal when the athlete is alone. Push more or push less.
Yeah.
Derek alone will push more. But we talk a lot every train, every workout. And Derek, how's your knees? Okay? Okay, it's good. Okay, now is the last set, best set. 10 plates here in your hack machine, and let's go.
Always a PR right before the show.
Yeah, right before the show. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember our first leg workout? You told me, in hack machine I put 7 plates for 10 reps. Okay, let's go. And he did the 55.
What is it?
You did 25 reps.
Yeah,
that day.
25
reps.
Yeah, because we didn't put enough weight on there. I was like, no, 7 plates is pretty good for me. I was like, I can do a lot with 7 plates, but I'm like, that's probably a pretty good weight, right? Maybe 8 plates. And then I did 25 reps with 7 plates. So maybe we should have went heavier.
Yeah.
And on the last workout before Ohio, we did with 9 plates for 15.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And what's really good, because that was
crazy.
It really was a PR, because I was doing 7 or 8 plates on the hack, right? Then I got to where at the end I was doing like 8 or 9 plates. Now I go in there just the other day, the start of my prep, 9 plates. So, and I think I probably could have done 10. So between the Arnold and Pittsburgh to now, I think this is the strongest and best I've ever been. I think I've already made improvements since then.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and over the next 2 months, I expect to get stronger, add more volume, and really get that density for the
But
Olympics.
this is different. Before warm up, 5 plates, 15 reps. 6 plates, 15 reps. 7 plates, 10 reps.
Yeah.
Now, 5 plates, give me 4.
Yeah.
7 plates, give me 4.
Yeah.
And we put 9 plates or 10 plates and give me the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is very different. This is for the mentality is very different.
Backwards to what I used to do. Way more effective though.
Yes.
You know.
Crazy. And Derek, something that I think everybody that's watching would want to ask you is, The lat secret. What?
The lat
Lat secret, yeah.
Verdade.
What do you attribute like being like such a reference in the
You know,
lats and
I think a lot of the lat development was early on, right? So, well, it set the foundation early on, right? First of all, in wrestling, we did a lot of pull-ups.
okay.
I mean, we were doing pull-ups, push-ups, and sit-ups like you wouldn't believe. Like, you know, it was crazy, you know? And so I think already from wrestling, I had, you know, good lat development, good back development from all the pull-ups I was doing. And then when I transitioned into bodybuilding, like I mentioned to you earlier, I realized, oh, if I could have a wide back, that's going to create a better silhouette. And how do you create a wider back? Well, pull-ups, pull down, like a lot of pull downs, a lot of, you know, different variations. And I would always, and even right now, I start my workout always with some sort of pull down. And I usually do 1 or 2 different variations of pull downs before I do any rowing movements. And so I think just really going in and like pre-exhausting the back by doing lat pull downs is what I think has probably helped the lat like kind of width.
Yeah.
And then going in and doing certain rowing movements too, real intense, real heavy, has helped as well. And I was showing Pacho what I like to do is at the end of my workout. So I start with like, you know, pull downs, you know, here with lats, close grip, wide grip, whatever. And then I go into more rowing movements. So I start with the lats and the lower lats, and then I kind of work up the middle of the back. And then at the very end, once my whole back has been worked, I like to do like seated rows, where I really exaggerate the movement and I really stretch my lats like this, my arms like this, and then really as far back as I can. And I just really open up the muscles. So you go in there, you stimulate, you go intense, you go heavy. And then at the end, you really open up that muscle.
And his connection is perfect.
Yeah,
that's important.
Many weight, a lot of weight, and a good connection, perfect connection. This the end of the workout, low roll, stretch a lot.
Yeah, really big stretch.
Strong,
Really
but
big stretch.
The movement is with the back.
Always pulling with your elbows. Like I just think about where my elbows are going. Like if my hands were just like this. So I'm always thinking like elbow down, elbow back, right? So when I grab the bar, I even kind of put my thumb over so I'm not gripping like this, and I just use this thought right here, you know? So that's a little trick I do too, but
Interesting.
good. Yeah, definitely. If you don't have good mind muscle connection, it's going to be hard for you to stimulate any muscle.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, that's the best tips I think I could give.
Yeah, it's perfect. For sure.
Muito bom.
For sure. And there and nutrition wise, like what's your eating like in off season? How many calories normally you run?
Oh man.
Like how you're easy eater, you're a hard eater?
Oh man, this is the most I've ever eaten for real right now. Oh my gosh. Like every meal, I eat 6 meals a day.
6?
Right.
Okay.
6 meals a day, including a shake post-workout. And every meal I have somewhere between 400 to 500 grams of rice per meal. Yeah. And my protein is anywhere from, there's a couple meals that are like 7 ounces, but 8 ounces to 10 ounces of protein. So like say 60 grams of protein, maybe or more per meal. And so, yeah, right now I'm probably, if I had I don't really count the calories, more just the macros. What would you say? How much do you think I'm eating? Probably 6,000 calories?
No, you send me just the protein. I don't know
Yeah, I
how
know.
is the carbs now.
Well, if I'm eating 400 or 500 grams.
Your breakfast is rice and protein? Also?
Yeah, so my breakfast is perfect. I eat beef or bison and rice. It's like 400 grams of rice. And
You see, the bison is the secret.
Yeah.
you like bison?
No, it's because we don't have it here. And
you don't.
Ruff was here
Yeah.
a few days ago and saying about the bison.
Dude,
and
bison's awesome.
That's the secret. It has to have a secret. You know?
I wasn't going to say it on your podcast, you know. I was trying to keep it to myself, but
That's
you have to come to
Ô, Baixo, umas 5 refeições de 500 de arroz com
Nossa, 5.000.
6, 7,000,
6 or 7,
5.
yeah.
Yeah, it's harder to.
Yeah. Because he sent me a food company, make his meals. He sent me
The macros.
Only the protein,
The macros,
the correct weight, and the carbs. They send 2 or 3 kilos rice and potato, and every day Chris changes something with the carbs.
Oh, yeah, got it.
So.
And getting close to the show, like how much you can drop it, like
I don't know. Chris is crazy.
yeah,
You just never know it.
you never know.
You think you're gonna go real low, and then he gives you more.
Sometimes just one with carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Sometimes
Well-
our meals with carbs.
Working with Chris, I've eaten a lot more food. I've eaten a lot more food than I'm
Okay.
used to. Before, I mean, I won't even take you back to 212. Back when I was in 212, I would eat like, yeah, maybe just post-workout carbs. Really, maybe like 100 grams of carbs a day, with no fats. I would say could probably get down to like 2,500 calories, maybe. You know,
Yeah,
it's pretty low.
your size is
3,000 calories.
impressive, yeah.
You know.
And he gives you like any cheat meals and
Yeah, sometimes we like to make sure like the cheat meals or like the refeed days
yeah,
go with like the body parts that I need the most. You know,
Makes
which
sense, yeah.
typically like a leg day or like a chest day or something.
post workout, pre workout.
Pre-workout.
Pre-workout.
Pre-workout, yeah. So, but no, I think pretty much just same plan all the time. Adjust up and down just a little bit. Consistency, you know. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
And one of these days, Chris sent me a message, high carbs, kill him.
He said,
You can kill him.
I gave him a cookie today.
Yeah, today a
Today you
medium
can
cook.
kill him.
Derek, can Pasho have a present for you?
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, this is Pasho has a couple in his wardrobe. Yeah,
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, you
It's nice.
see the open. You're gonna see the. Coloca qualquer coisa inside there, por favor, pessoal ver. It's just there's no logo to it. It's just like the material is really special.
Oh yeah,
A medium?
it is nice.
Medium? No, not medium. Just,
this two
it's-
X.
no, it's not medium. Come on, it's the biggest there is. Yeah,
It's
it's not
nice,
as
man.
bad.
I
Yeah.
like this.
The thing about it is the technology is not like the stamps or anything. Like it's just insane technology. I hope you like it. And,
3x. 3x.
Yeah, it's the biggest there is. They
love
made a size bigger
Stretchy.
because of our pockets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they went until only 2XL, and we were like, man,
Thank you.
I guess it doesn't fit.
No, this is
so they
perfect.
made a bigger
It's
one.
stretchy and it's soft.
Yeah, and I have another present for you, Derek. I see
Hey,
you
thank
like
you, man.
using a cross. This is one we
Hey.
designed. It's like a
Oh, that's
bodybuilding
nice.
cross because there's the bar. You see?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Check it out. Can they see it on there?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Look at
So
that.
that's a present for you, brother.
Thank you, man.
You have, yeah, I know you
I
have the
appreciate
gold
you, man.
one.
Thank you.
I hope you like it. I know you have
I
the
love
gold
it.
one. That's a silver option, so you can use it.
No, I love it, man.
Anytime it's a bodybuilding piece.
Why
Yeah.
3X for him and 2X for me?
Your has to be the 3X also.
Give him 3x for
It
motivation.
must be 3X. I mean, I hope it is.
This is beautiful, man. I love this. Thank you, man.
No, man.
You're very
I
thoughtful.
appreciate your presence here, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Paz, põe no chão só pra não atrapalhar aí, ó. I'm just giving you a present so I can ask like the controversial questions now.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
I'm just kidding.
Mostra a foto do Pacho do Velho Testamento.
Tem aí, fácil.
Daí tem fácil, ele achou aqui, ó.
Acho Old Testament.
What's the controversial questions?
No, first you're gonna show you the old school Pasho. Have you seen it?
Oh my gosh. He looks like Branch Warren.
Yeah, Brent Warren, yeah.
When I was in Tampa, I post this picture, and Derek asked me, "What you are taking?"
Yeah.
Bro, I kind of freaked out. Well, that's not you. Whoa. That's
Wow,
crazy.
yeah. Yeah.
Look at that.
The stories are the best. Look at this.
That looks like you were dieting hard.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Não só a dieta, né?
Yeah, it was not only the diet that was extreme.
Man, you look like you're really enjoying life. You know? You just come back from vacation or what did you do?
And he told you that Brazil has the best hair treatments, right?
I know, man. I see that. Look at that. I couldn't believe it, man. My wife goes, "You have really nice hair." She did, I swear.
That's the secret is Superman.
Yeah, that's a secret question. That's it. I love it.
Muito bom. And no, just so we wrap it up, we have to talk about the Olympia this year. Is so like, we were talking before the podcast started. I think it's one of the best years ever because we don't know what's going to happen. Like,
you don't know what's going to happen. Come on, man.
Well, I can't guarantee, you know.
No, I get it.
You understand what I'm saying? Because like you beat Dowda on the Ohio, Pittsburgh. We're super close. You know, many discussion what should have been.
Sure.
And we have Hattie that's off the radar right now, but he's always a guy that's there. You know, we have like good Vito that's it's a phenom. He's probably gonna match the top 5 there, probably somewhere. And what are your expectations? Like how you're seeing this year's Olympia, man?
Look, man, I don't disagree with you at all. I completely agree. As a bodybuilding fan, removing myself, I think this is one of the most exciting years in a long time. I mean, I think the last couple of years have been super exciting, but we're all hungry and we're all getting better. Hey, man, it's like there's a lot on the line. You know, there's history on the line. There's big paychecks on the line. This is a great time for bodybuilding. You know, so for me, man, I cannot be worried about what anybody else is doing. It motivates me that my competition is so great and they're so hungry and they're getting after it every day. I love that. I want to go up against the best, you know, at their best. But at the end of the day, I stand behind what I said. And I believe that when I bring my best, it is the best. And I believe that the improvements I've made from Arnold to Pittsburgh to now, and what I'll continue to make, I want to bring my best physique of all time to the Olympia. And I'm thinking about nothing except for doing that. And God willing, the outcome, if he has it in his will, that I become, you know, the reigning champion and winning that Triple Crown. Hey, I accept it. That's what I want. That's what I'm working for. And that's what I believe that is going to happen. So.
Ele disse que não tá preocupado com ninguém, mas quem que ele acha o rival dele mais perigoso?
Yeah, who you think is your biggest threat? If you can name one. I know there's many, right?
I know you're going to hate me for saying this, but I'm my biggest threat. Meaning, like, I have to focus on me. I have to keep my mind straight. I have to stay humble and understand that these guys are... I cannot overlook anyone. Like you just mentioned a list of great champions, but at the end of the day, this really is you versus you. And I can have great focus and come and bring my best physique of all time, or I can let pressure get in the way. That's just the reality of the situation. That's the human in all of us. But like I said to him on the way here, and I said to you earlier, it's like 2024 was freeing for me.
Yeah.
I like winning before and losing. I've done them both, and that pressure is gone. Now I get to go and perform. And before it was like, I gotta win. I can't lose. I gotta win. I can't lose. It was that mentality. That's stressful. That's a heavy burden that you carry every day. It's motivating, but it's a heavy burden. And so for me, listen, I'm going there to showcase all the hard work that I put in, not just in this one year, all the years since I committed in the beginning, like us going back to that time when I first started bodybuilding. I committed that I'm going to give my all the way through until it's done and I retire, because I never want to look back and think, oh, I could have went harder, I could have done better. I want to give my absolute very best. And so I know these other guys, or I assume that these other guys are working tirelessly to be their best, and they believe that they can win. I hope so, because like I said, I want nothing but the best come Olympia time. That's what I'm bringing. I expect the same thing from myself. I have the highest standards for myself, and I want my competition to have that same mentality, that same drive, that same motivation, because this is a great time to be a bodybuilder. This is some of the best athletes that's ever graced the stage. And listen, man, I have the highest expectations for myself, and so I firmly believe that I'll be the champion this year, and I'll be the first to ever win all the 3 biggest shows of the year.
Yeah. And what happened in Pittsburgh, like the comments of some people thinking Nick won, you won, it makes you want to go a little bit harder right now?
You would like me to say yes, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would love to hear.
Yes. You know, I've listened to all the comments for 10 years, man. Well, actually 9 years. This is my ninth Olympia. I've heard it all. You're loved and you're praised and you're hated at the same time, right? Yeah. And so, you know, people out there would probably love for me to say, of course, all those negative comments. Yeah, I'm thinking about them right now, and I'm using it as fuel every day. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just not, man. I'm gonna do it for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it for myself. I'm gonna do it for my family. I'm gonna do it for all the people that believe in me, that support me. And like I said, at the end of the day, the outcome is not in my hands, but the work and the focus is, right? If I just keep those blinders on and focus on the right things and do it out of a positive passion rather than a negative chip on my shoulder, you're gonna see the best Derek come Olympia time. And that's what everybody wants to see. You don't need to hear me say I'm doing it to prove the haters wrong. You don't need me to say that. You want me to be my best come Olympia time. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
And last question, Derek. I asked this to Ruff also. Being in the position that you are and living in America, are you seeing the Brazilian movement in bodybuilding, like not only on open, I mean, in all divisions, like wellness and all the other divisions also?
You don't just see it, you feel it.
Wow.
You feel the passion here. And you don't, honestly, you don't even have to be here in Brazil to know it, right? You could just take a look online. You see all the dinosaurs for Ramondino. You know, you just right. But being here in Brazil, it's like, you know, it's like you could just tell that like this is a culture and people that love this sport, love bodybuilding to their core, man. Listen, I've been saying it all day. It's like you got the US bodybuilding fans are amazing. You got the Iranian fans that are amazing, Indian fans, Korean fans, bodybuilding fans all around the world. Brazil's something special, man. It really is something special here. You guys love bodybuilding, and that I was saying again today to some people, that passion that I feel from you guys is the same passion that got me started bodybuilding. So being here now, you know, so many years down the road, all that's happened, good, the bad, whatever, the highs, the lows, it just reminds me why I started. And just such passionate people, good people that love the same thing that I love, man. And it just makes me want to go even harder. So that's, if you want the real answer, that's the answer, is that the people that love bodybuilding, that are passionate about it, just fuels me. It fuels me way more than the hate and the negative comments.
Amazing, brother. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Derek, I'm not going to take more of the time. It's getting late already. I know you worked out already and still a lot of appointments tomorrow. Just want to thank you so much for being here, man. What an honor. What a pleasure. Really like you only by not in person, but now even more, man. Thank you so much. Pasha, thank you very much for making this happen. Congrats for the work you're doing, man. You're making history in bodybuilding, especially for Brazil, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you much. Pacho, obrigadão, hein? Pessoal, é o seguinte, ó, todo mundo que fez superchat, hoje como não teve sorteio, a gente vai jogar pro outro, né, Verdex? Provavelmente vai ter live sábado, já vamos falar sobre o Maçã contra de Curitiba, então, o Maçã contra o Brasil, que vai ser em Curitiba. Então, os superchats que foram feitos hoje vão estar válidos no sábado pro nosso sorteio. Das duas lives, tá? Tanto a traduzida quanto a live totalmente em inglês. Todos os superchats serão contados pro próximo sorteio. Agradecemos todo mundo que ficou até agora.
Patrocinadores também.
Todos os patrocinadores, a Grow, Personal Pharma, Garimpo, Prime, todo mundo que tá junto aí, CIMERIAN, certo? O Lzinho, né? Claro. E é isso, pessoal. Sábado estamos de volta. Pacho, thank you so much. Thank you so much again, Derek. Bebezinho, obrigado.
Muito obrigado.
Valeu, pessoal.